Alrighty, hello. Hopefully you're alive. Let me just make sure. Is the red site going? Blue site? I mean purple site? They're both a go? Oh, okay. Hello everybody, my name is Sheshire, the Devil's Not So Funny Jester. Welcome back. Today, we're doing some more drawing, Military Monday. No, I know I said we're going to be working on some other projects, but I was going to finish that SQUCHAN art from last week. And I promised that I would get it done. So, give me a moment, and I will put out the tweet that we are live, and then we're going to get working on that. I did some own work on my own time, but it's mostly just going to be coloring it today. And give me a minute, I'll plug in my iPad. I just need to put out the tweet. And then if we have some more time, I might be working on it. Probably going to do at least 2 hours today. I have some time. And yeah, we're just going to, at least for sure, get the SQUCHAN drawing done. And then if not working some other stuff, I'm going to be up all night working on other crap anyways, but we'll see if I'm able to stream it or not. So at least it'll take 2 hours to finish SQUCHAN. I did some work on my own, mostly just like flat coloring, but we have to touch up on the line art and do some more shading, so that's where we're going to be moving for the next bit, but welcome on in. Let me just put out my going live thing. Copy link. Okay. I feel like I need to start doing this on YouTube too, but I don't really know if it does anything. I know Twitch automatically has a notification, which I mean, hopefully you guys get, right? The going live thing, but I never really tell if it helps at all on other platforms. Sheshire and there we go. Just typing away here. But hello. Hopefully you're all doing well. Military Monday time. We're gonna get the SQUCHAN done. I'm sending out the tweet now that we're going live. And it'll just give me a moment and I can punch in the iPad, right? So it's gonna take me a second, but hopefully you're all doing well. Let me grab a photo. We're almost there. For some reason it's being slow today, but don't worry. Come on, iPad. Do your job. Let's go. I'm gonna make lose it in a minute. Okay, there we go. The tweet just went out. Caps lock. Military Monday. I think I did the same title and everything, right? We're finishing SKU. Okay, there we go. Now I plug it in. Come on. Do your job, Cord. But yeah, hopefully everyone's doing well at this time. I went back to my usual, like 6 to 8-ish start time, so hopefully it's not too weird anymore. I know we were experimenting, but I feel like this one actually does work pretty well. It's this, or midday for some reason. You also get a couple. I don't know why, but unfortunately it's just the viewer lineup, the times don't line up well, but that's okay. Maybe some days we'll do some more middle of the day streams, or if I'm doing more than one, or even a longer one. Like during the weekends I can probably do all day even. But for now we're going to stick to the, probably between 6 and 8 is the start time, EST. TV/Sheshire and B, come on, connect, do your job. There we go. Now I'm whipping out the cord. I'm inserting the cord into the HDMI port. I'm assuring you this is taking all of my brain power. I suck at technology. Come on now. There we go. Avada Kedavra and all that. Okay. Get in the goddamn USB plug, you little shite. For God's sake. Okay. There we go. It's set up. Crisis averted, chat. AirDroid cast. Okay, and you guys should be seeing it in like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see, maybe. There we go. Perfect. Perfectamundo. So now we'll get back to drawing. I did like a little bit of shading on my own time. Not really, just like the flat colors, but a lot of it needs to be cleaned up on the line art side, so we'll do that. And then we can add some shading bits today. Shouldn't take too long, actually. Right. I don't want to spend too much time on the shading, right? Because I want to focus my efforts elsewhere, but I feel like a little bit of time is okay, right? I think I will needlessly waste time on useless details if I'm given the chance. We still have this little wall of stuff to get through, which you guys aren't going to know about because I'm not going to explain what it is, but it's something I want to get done. I think this is what we were working on yesterday, right? I did a little bit more work on it, but just like a little update. And now we're going back to the drawing. That's all you get. That's just a little peek. That's all you get. Okay, now back to SQUCHAN. Making sure I have the flat color. Okay, so I need to do, like, the hair we need to clean up a decent bit. And then I need to color in that, like, gun holster there. And then this little stomach. I guess it was like guard, sash, armor. I don't really know. It was military, but I kind of just improvised as I usually do. And then some of this belt stuff over here, right? And then we can do shading. So to start with, let me just grab this purple here. It's probably the easiest to do this first. Let me make sure I'm on the right layer too, because you can never be too certain. Okay. I feel like for the most part I had a reference for one of these like thigh hip holster things. I didn't know if I wanted to give her like a big gun or just like a little knife or something, but I figure, you know, just a small little pistol holster doesn't take away too much from the image. Like that should be okay, right? So we'll just do that. I like for the most part it's fine, it's all the same color here. And then I don't know if I want the gun to be a different color, because everything is pretty purple here. Right, there isn't necessarily, like that band is gold, but that's about it. Okay, and then I color that in. It's okay. It's not shaded right now. That's okay. Like, do I do the gun a similar color? I assume so, right? Probably just like a dark purple. Whatever the darkest one that's here. A little bit down, a little bit less saturated. And then I will touch up, because I see the skin tone is missing a little patch there. Maybe a little bit lighter, actually. Kind of like a purpley gray tone. It's more metallic that way, but it still has some of that SQUCHAN color, right? I mean, most of this image is purple. Okay, I'll add some of this. Nope, that's way too much. God damn it, slow down. Oh, just a little bit. Touch up this because I'm a fool who cannot stay in the lines. That's some more skin tone. Also, I'm realizing the screen is actually probably much brighter for you guys than it is for me. I have my iPad set to like a lower brightness volume just to save on battery right now, because it will heat up and explode if I don't otherwise. You know, it gets real hot down here in hell, and the iPad does not like that. Okay. Now I'm trying to figure out, would that be dress or would that be skin? No, that would definitely be skin. It's okay, it looks maybe a little uncanny and weird right now. We'll just give it a moment. It'll all take time, the flat color will be bizarre, but with shading it'll look more normal. Jinx, how you doing? Welcome on in on YouTube. Welcome, welcome, hope you're doing well. Promised myself we'd finish this military Monday thing, so... I mean, it's Monday, it's military Monday, so I figured we might as well finish the SQUCHAN drawing right, because I wasn't going to keep wasting y'all's time and my own time by drawing this out. So we're just getting her done today. No more procrastinating. I say that like I wasn't busy doing other stuff, but I consider not having finished something procrastinating. Yeah, hopefully you're doing well. It's a Monday. It doesn't really do anything to me, but I know some people are not Monday people. Da, 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 da. Okay, now then. From there. Highlighted that. I need to figure out what we're doing for all these like belts and body armor here. Because if I keep it relatively consistent to the rest of the purple, I don't know how it is I'm gonna shade it. Like at least this belt is going to be. That I can say. Because that's just the belt color I did. However, I don't know if I want to have the leather around it the same color. Right, like that's to be determined. Now, do I like that? I don't know. We just do some manner of like a purpley gray color here, maybe. We can make it more vibrant later if need be, but for now, like, should that edge be darker? No, maybe the inside is going to be darker. And then what we're going to do... No, the outside is darker like that. I can make the lining really, really dark, because I feel like there wouldn't be gold lining. The belt is enough. Now then, from there... color in more of this bottom belt part. Whatever, it'll be the same color as the rest of it, that's fine. This little hook-on bit. This, however, will be closer to the skirt color. I feel like that's where it'll loop onto. Or a shirt or some such. But then, I don't necessarily know what it is we're doing for the rest of this. Do I just make this like a lighter gray? Maybe? We have it all be the same dark color here, and then I can just shade it in. I feel like that's what I can do. I'm just going to shade it in, right? We add some color, and then after that, we can figure out what the hell we're doing with the lighting. Okay. Now then, I feel like we'll add some here. Just some lighter bits to the inside. Okay, no. This is Sheshire, cannot paint inside the lines. Do this again, you dumbars. There we go. I just randomly check the lines and make sure that, the layers, just to make sure I'm in the right layer. Because I am the type of idiot to accidentally do the entire thing in the wrong layer, and then it's too late to go back. We're not doing that again. God, could you imagine doing God knows how many hours of work, it's all in the wrong layer, and you can't really separate anything anymore? Like, you essentially just have to flatten it, which, I mean, is fine if you're close to done anyways, but if you need to edit it, it's a pain in the ass, and I am not doing that. And yeah, I feel like everybody does that at some point. I usually only work with like 2 or 3 at most. Like, I don't do a lot of layers. I know some people do like dozens and dozens and dozens. That's way too much for me. 2 or 3. Sometimes I do 1, depending on what I feel like that day, but anything more than that is too much for me to keep track of. Okay, we'll fill this in. Okay. So like that's mostly fine. What we can do is we're going to start to erase some of the unnecessary lines in the line art right now. And then that way all those like little black gunky bits that you see, they're all going to go away. Like no more of them. So then we can make the color more consistent and then start to shade it without everything being confusing, because I feel like right now there's so many black lines so you can't really tell what's what. So we're going to have to erase that. Let me get rid of this little black hole thing. Okay. So then, I'm gonna go on this little line art page. I just jump scared y'all. We took all the... That's a little horror there. Get rid of the lines, it's a little creepy. Ugh. It's unsettling. It's like seeing the art naked, basically. The line art I feel like is completely necessary because I at least, I don't shade necessarily everywhere as I probably should. So when I erase the line art, it's like showing my unfinished work to the world. That's fine, most of this is erasable. That bit. Okay. There's some unnecessary ones here. We'll clean this hat up. You know what, that was a little bit too much, perhaps. Shape it like this. There we are. And then all these unnecessary gray black strands there in the hair can go away. Bye bye. I'm done. We're not doing this. Get rid of that. Getting rid of that. Unnecessarily squiggly mess. I don't know why I'm like this. Other people do like clean lines and I make it look like a bowl of spaghetti full of scribbles. Ugh. It's just how we complicate life. Okay, so now we're gonna erase this bit. That's all done with. No. Replace any small bumps that might have been important that I got rid of. It's way too big for an airbrush. Let me replace the size. Okay, that's probably a little bit better now. Let's try that. I'll move on. Clean up some of the line art here. This I can shade. I don't need there to be gray on the ear. And a lot of this bit with the hair is extremely messy, so let's change that. Okay. We can continue to erase the strands in the hair. The ears start up here. Okay, that's fine. Okay, those little earring bits there. Need to actually get rid of the gray all over them for them to actually look like they're separate from the hair. Because right now they just blend in the background like crazy. Come on. Go away, all you smudgy garbage. I don't need you. Goodbye. You're like a psychotic relative. There we go. A bit more here. I mean, because of the way the line art was, the shading doesn't necessarily line up perfectly, so we'll just go over afterwards anyways. Or the flat color, I mean. Because it does make it a little bit hard to see when your page is covered in gray completely. Which is my fault. I don't deny that, right? So we're just gonna erase some more. Okay. I'll erase this bit. Okay, so if that's the hair being flicked up, I don't need half of these. Right, half of these hairs can go away. I think. No, god damn it, that was the wrong brush. There we go. So that can all be hair. Maybe I need to get rid of this color, right? The color isn't helping right now. It's just making the lines harder to see. Which I do not need for the life of me. Da, 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 da. Okay, so we've erased this bit. Now I feel like for the most part I could keep some of the shading down here. I mean, the gray. I keep saying shading like I did any of this. No, it's just messy. So I could keep some of the mess down here, just because all this is going to be dark hair anyways, right? Like it doesn't really change all that much. However, I feel like the proper thing to do would be to erase it, but nah, I'll just leave it. I'm turning the drawing sideways for no reason. Okay, back to normal. Okay, now I can trace the eye, and then I can clean up all the unnecessary crap from before. There we are. Continue to erase this, get rid of all that gray smudginess that I put here for absolutely no reason. I wish I could slap my past self. Just a little bit. He deserves it for doing this to me. Okay, and I feel like I should clean up where the eye sits too. Okay. Erase this outer layery bit here. Now, once we've done that, the rest of the eye around it I can clean up. That's fine. And all this under here can go away too. Now, do I add eyelashes? I don't know. Maybe I could. Maybe I don't. Maybe I do. Right. Let's see how it looks. You know what, maybe, but I'm going to get rid of the way that one was done because I do not like it. Okay. Something like that, and I don't know, maybe, do I erase in here and have it? I'm deciding this is sort of just a pulling it out of my arse, but fun little improv-y decisions. Are they fun? We'll see. I don't necessarily know how I'm going to do the eye after this, but I've kind of like seen it before like that, so I don't know, maybe we'll try it. Live deliciously, as they say, or whoever says that. This is what I imagine when they say live deliciously. Just funky shading and weird drawing techniques. I don't know. I'm not adventurous, so I don't go and do anything, so this is me being wild. Okay, and I can erase the rest of this. No issues. I feel like that looks better to some extent. I don't know, just a lot cleaner. But let's do the other one. Could erase like half of this here, that's completely unnecessary. I need to shape this little band on the head too, that badge. Okay. So now from there, if we are to move on to the other eye. Come on, Sheshire, move on. Don't keep focusing on the eyelid. There we go. So if I do the other eye, there's that little nose there. Just leave that like that. It's okay, we'll shade that later. Erase this bit. And we'll kind of trace the eye like this, so. I mean, it is somewhat covered already, so there is that element to it. Okay, so then from here, I'm going to draw a line where the hair is. Like that. Sorry, I'm twisting this. I'm going to give somebody a stroke. Just going to keep flipping the canvas, but oh well. Makes it much easier to draw like that. Now then, do I do that little funky thing with the eyelash here? Maybe? Maybe I do. What if I do? There we go. We do the funky little eyelash thing now. Do I add a second one? Yeah, why not? There we go. Second one is there. We have a funky little eyelash again. Erase the rest of this. Okay, that's all been properly shaded. Okay. So from here, I feel like there isn't much to tidy up. Like there's the gray there under the eye, but I feel like that, for the most part, is okay. It's not too intense, and it reminds me where I need to shade anyways. So I'll just kind of lighten that up a little bit. Now the mouth. Mouth is a little funky. Erase this bit. So it is on an angle technically, I leave it like that. Does it look alright? I don't know. Like, observing, I'm getting close now. I'm thinking, Now then, some of this can be realigned here. Okay, now from there, do I continue with the hair? On that side, yeah, there's this big shadow that does absolutely nothing for me, so I need to get rid of that. Keep like making the iPad fall over. I need to readjust. We're pivoting. Rotate. Pivot. Ignore all that noise. It's not the sound of me crashing anything. So from here... No, that is way too big of an eraser. I'm going to erase everything. Oh my god. Okay, now then, underneath the hair like so. most of that is fine. We can correct the bangs underneath here so that they're actually connecting. That was a little funky. And then from here, you know what, no, I pushed that way too far out. I say way too far, it was just a little bit, right. I don't have the bangs poking too much, because if they are coming up underneath the hat, or the brim of the hat, as it goes, the cap, sorry, they're not all going to be exactly the same lengths, right? They curl up as they go. Those ones are a little bit further than these ones, and etc, so I can't necessarily have them ending at the same spot. And these ones here, which are all the way at the end, those just flip straight up because there's basically no cap edge to stop them. Okay, from there. Finish that last strand. Come on, let's go, do your job. Okay, erase that bit. And then I think the rest of that is technically the cap, but I think I probably shaded it horribly just from the gray, because if I go back here, yeah, that is not, that's just all left gray. So you notice how important it is to make sure that it's clear what you're doing, because if it's not clear what you're doing, you're just going to end up with random holes where there's no color, like that gray all over the place, which is fine. It looks really, really rough right now, but I assure you, when we shade it, it'll look half decent. Okay, so from here, sort of like the edge of the hair is. Now then, I feel like, does that make sense? Just a little bit. A tad bit of sense. A smidgen. If I curl that like this. Okay, so at most the cap is like back here. You can barely see it. Okay, so then from there we can kind of clean up some of the vest bit here, and the glove, the finger bits on the glove. Okay. Now all this behind here is going to be hair anyway, so I can get rid of that. And the index is peeking out above behind it, so we'll erase this bit. Okay. Now I really need to fix the edges here because they are rough. These ones are looking dank. They're real bad. Is that how the youth say it? Is that how the youth say it looks bad? It is, quote, dank. It is, quote, not... I don't know. I don't know any slang. I don't know why I try doing that. It's rough. it's just rough. That's all I'm gonna say. I need to just redo all this bit here. Okay. Now I erase that. Okay, there we go. Move on from that strand. Don't be too obsessive. Now if I check what the hell I did with the color. Nope, that's line art. We want to get rid of the color. I will go here, and we will curl this bit. And then you know what I can do? I can add like a little strand over here. So I feel like the way it was before, the hair didn't look like it was following all the way through behind the arm. There we go. There we go. Okay. Da, 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 da. Okay, there we go, like that, like so. Down, 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 down. Can add little spikes in the hair, basically a little split here. It would be easier if I made my eraser smaller, but I am not going to do that because I'm lazy. Okay, let me erase this bit so the hair flows more smoothly. I see. Okay, that's fine. So then from here, what we're going to do, because even if it is colored, right, it'll look much better when we shade it. For now, it's a little bit rough because the line art is all over the place, but we're getting there. We just need to finish the hair and then we can start going on the shading. So just patience. I say to myself a little bit. So we'll erase that again. Then we'll zoom back in here to Miss SQUCHAN. Just redo this, reline that, and erase it and polish it. Okay. Continue to fix this and erase it. Come on. There we go. Erase this bit. Now I could add little, like, curly bits and stuff to the end of the hair, but I don't know if I want to. It feels a little random. You know, let's not. Am I on the right layer still? Yes, okay. It would be a shame if I accidentally swapped to the wrong layer when I click back. The undo button is a friend and the greatest of enemies. So now we go from here. Also, sorry if I'm a little bit quieter than usual today. I'm in a technically a different spot, and the soundproofing isn't as great, so I just don't want to be screaming. Okay, so now that we're just about finished with this strand of hair, we do that. Going back here a lot. Okay. And then we add that little, I don't know, a sweep here, because why not? We can just do whatever we want. We'll add that little strand. Okay. So from here, yeah. Let me finish that line there. I feel like that already makes much more sense than it did before. It's probably a little bit easier to read. At least for me. Maybe that's just because I'm illiterate. Now then, we'll smooth out this line. That's maybe a bit too fine, but that's okay. The fingers are a little bit smudgy, I should probably polish them. Now then, if I go here, yeah, there would be. Maybe just a little bit of space. Have that index finger poking out. I think. Just a tiny bit less. Like, there should be barely anything poking out, but I still feel like there'd be a small piece of the index shifting through behind the middle finger. Okay, from here, I'm going to continue to polish. Just removing all the gray smudge we don't need. Add a little bit of fluff and erase that. And that's the ears for you. Erase that last bit. Okay. Okay, now then. Erase that last bit. last bit of ear fluff. I feel like. Okay. That's fine, we just have this bit here. I'll add a little bit of fluff poking out this way. And we'll just follow the shape. Dun, dun, dun. Now for the upper part, I mean this whole bit here is probably a big mess. So we're going to do that in a second, but this is probably a little bit easier to fix. The shape and everything else is already mostly done. I just need to trace the lines a little bit more and erase the ones that I think need to go. Okay, now then. Do I know what I'm doing? Not at all. But I feel like the hair would wisp this way. I think so, right? I mean, the color isn't going to help right now, but the sketch is almost there. I forgot what the hair was, because originally I thought it was going to be hair here, but that piece is purple, it's the tentacle. So, that's why you need to be careful, chat. I get incredibly easily confused between my own line art, which means I may need to work on that a little bit. Because from here it looks basically just like any strand of hair this here. Because I was probably about 3 milliseconds away from erasing it. And then we get back to shading and I go, oh no, where's the tentacle? And no, you dumb arse, you erased it. This is what you need to tell me, chat. If you see me doing something stupid, just call me an idiot. It's okay, I can take it. If you see me being stupid, just tell me. Now, is that necessary? No, that was way too much. I could add like a little flick of hair here like this, maybe. Maybe? I think maybe. Let's just erase it and see. Shut up, Sheshire. La da da da. Okay, that's the tentacle. You know, I think that's fine. I think we can leave it like that. Da 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 da. Bow, bow, bow. Now I feel like I might need to add another line because it's just like a big blob of hair, but you know what? If it works, it works. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. We'll see if it's too much later, but I mean, otherwise it's still doing its job, so should be fine. Okay. I have this line here, so let me... I think this was what I had in mind. Sometimes I do wish I just left notes for myself in the line art instead of just leaving me to guess. Because I could make a hole there, but I feel like that wouldn't make sense. So this should all kind of be filled in with hair too. Maybe. For the most part, I'm just going to assume so. So then I fill in this bit, and we'll erase that. Behind the ear. Sorry, Miss SQUCHAN. There we go. Also, God, sorry for the movement. I keep shaking this thing all over the place. Is that too much? Is that too much, chat? Are you gonna... hopefully no one's epileptic. That's gonna cause some seizures. At least not rotating at 360 degrees and throwing it around like a pizza. Which I could be doing. It's Like, some artists have the helpful habits of flipping it horizontally to see if it looks right, and I have the habit of rotating it for no reason. Doesn't help, doesn't do anything, just habit. I don't even know where I picked it up, because I don't know of other people who do this, where they just start spinning their thing for no reason. Doesn't do anything, but I just keep doing it, I guess. Okay. Remember also, that's just rough line art. We're gonna have to touch up on it quite a bit. Okay, and I can erase this bit here for the most part. Da, 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 da. I feel like the rest of this is fine, right? Like, that's okay. A little bit blurry, but it doesn't really do much. Now this mess here, this little tangled, unraveled mess of spool of tentacles, and where the hair comes out here needs to be adjusted quite a bit. Like, that's rough. It's not looking the best. So let's solidify that. Okay. Let me stretch that a little bit further just so the tentacle pushes up. I don't need to fill any tiny gaps near the edge of the screen because that's the last thing I want right now. I'm trying to understand my own art for processing. Okay. Right. So this bit here, there is some kind of tentacleage coming up. Is that a verb? Tentacle? Tentacleage? Some tentacleage? I just added a edge at the end. I'm making up grammar here. Don't listen to me. Don't take your grammar advice from Nan, my boy, on the internet. Look up a thesaurus. Grab a dictionary. Does anybody still own a dictionary? I think I used to back in the day. And then, I'm not really in English, but in French, there's something called the becherel, which is grammar conjugations for verb tenses. That used to be hell. When it came time to grab the becherel and read through that, oh my god. Because like a dictionary is alphabetical, but the French verb conjugation book didn't really have an order to it, which I found so stupid. It was kind of just random. Like, there was 23 different types of verbs, or times. And they were just kind of ruffled all over the place. So if you were looking for something, it was going to take you 37 million years. And now everybody just has the internet. Wow. Okay. So I have big tentacle. And then another one comes up like this. Oh, I see. This was all just one big tentacle. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. This was all just one big tentacle. This whole thing. See, like I can erase out bits and pieces of this glove. I don't want to take too much out. And God, I've been lying to you guys. I know I said I'm going to look into how to do the music live so that we can actually listen to what I want to listen to instead of just listening to the same copyright-free stuff all the time. And I never did it. But I assume it's not going to be complicated. Probably just, you know, a setting in OBS or some crap. But I'm going to do it. I swear to God. Just incredibly busy. Now then. I feel like the last bit that we need to touch, I mean the jacket and everything else is a little bit messy, but that's okay, because most of it's going to be dark. And then you can add like little white highlights, and I'm going to flatten this at the end anyways, and then I can add some brightness to it. But that last bit we need to figure out is this hair. No, why did I erase it? That's the last thing I want. Does that make sense? I'm just gonna have like a bundle of hair there for no reason. Maybe I do. You know what? Or have that. And then we get just like a bit of it. I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want it curling too much because then it looks weird. What if I get rid of this bottom piece, right? Like that. That is just continuing from the bottom piece of the tentacle. You can go like that. And then from here, I'll erase that bit. That's also going to be more Mr. Tentacle. You know, sorry, we're going to rotate it. I have to. I can't do anything without rotating, I'm sorry. We're just going to have to do it. We'll add some spiky bits at the end so it doesn't look like just swirls. So I don't want the hair looking like a cinema roll. I mean, yeesh. That looks a little bit rough now, the flat color, but it's okay. Trust me, we're going to retouch it, and it's going to look alright. I did that when half of this was covered in gray still, so everything was all over the place, just so I knew roughly what colors we wanted. Okay, we'll erase this bit here. Erase some more of that hair stuff. And then, from there, what are we doing? Looks like I continue up here. But I feel like we'll erase more of that. Now then, this little mess. Extend it. Erase some of the line art. I say line art, that's not line art. Well, line art loosely. Okay. Now then, we're going to go like this, like so. This is all going to be erased. Yeah, I feel like I didn't know what the hell I was doing before. Especially this bit. Because what in God's green earth was that? That angle makes absolutely no sense. Past Sheshire needs to be slapped over the head with a 2x4. Maybe it'll knock some sense into me. Yeah, I feel like that angle works a little bit better. And there we go, that's the second piece. Da, da. Okay, so then from there, we have this loop of hair. I don't really know what it does. Wait, the hair down here. And I added that little loop, and I don't know what the hell I was going to do with it when I did. What if I literally changed it right now and made it something like that? Right, like I just had it something like this, and then we... No. No. Just gonna stick with it. We're not gonna change everything now, it's too late. Trust the process. I don't trust myself, but that's okay, we're just gonna have to trust the process. Believe in the future of me that might not be an idiot. Or whatever the quote is. Believe in me that believes in you. God, I butchered that. I feel like I need a teacher that says believe in the future where I'm not an idiot. Okay, you know what? We'll have some hair down here. Going up like that. And that accounts for the hair underneath as well. Okay, continuing the lines like this. And they will pass in folds. Maybe I make this a little bit higher to insinuate that it's coming from that hair spiral in there. I think, yeah, beforehand it was not looking like it was related whatsoever. It was just two blobs of hair mushed together, which I don't think was helping. So now that that's done, I'll erase this bit. Come on. Let's go, do your job. Okay. Now that that has been erased, I feel like most of the problems are gone. It's me, I'm the problem. Random spinning for no reason. Okay. So I feel like that's fine. So we can do the color. And then from there I need to figure out also what I'm doing with this black hole, because I want to do more of an extreme lighting effect with like some dark and some red highlights and stuff, but I don't know necessarily how it's going to work out yet, so we have to look. So we're going to go back to the coloring. Right. Gonna be a little rough. It's gonna look a little rough right now. We have to recolor everything basically. Okay, so from we are going to... Let's grab this purple. That is underneath the hair. Let's go back to calligraphy, actually, for the art. And then, because it is the underside of the hair is the purple, at least in the reference. Let me pull up the reference so you'll kind of see skew. Nope, that is it. Nope, that's a gun. Where did SQUCHAN go? I had her somewhere here. Come on now. There we go. So, like, behind her hair is purple. So, we'll do some of that. Maybe we'll have some blonde shaded in, but for now we're just adding the purple. And then we can sort of have, like, the edge of the hair be more of that blonde color instead. Get rid of alpha lock, because I can't add new hair like this. We're just gonna... There we go, just color in the lines like a child. The child that I am. Erase this bit. Okay. From here, we're just going to keep filling everything in. You know what? That's what I would do. We'd add persona music to the background. I feel like I have it stuck in my head every day. So I might as well subject you all to it as well. Continue to keep filling this. Continue filling. And then erase this. Keep it on the lines. There we go. And then from there, just keep adding the rest of it. Stop at the ear. I have to add some white there for the fluff. Just remember that for earlier, or remember that for later. Then we're gonna go here. Okay, now from there, what else do I have to do at the top? This little cat ear part. We'll do the face while we're here. Grab that skin tone color. There we go. We'll just fill all this in. I'll fill it in with white afterwards for the iris, but that's okay. More hair color. Okay. This part down here. Add some blonde. Erase the outer layer because I keep drawing outside of the lines. purple to fill in the rest of this here. I don't know what it is, I cannot draw it in the lines for the life of me today, apparently. Continue to fill the color in here. Maybe I actually fill in that like tan, beige, orangey bit. Maybe make it way darker back here though. And then I grab this hair color, maybe, yeah, we'll just make that way darker. Or I grab the purple and darken that to hell and back. That is not darkened to hell and back. Try this again. Okay, but the gray needs to go. Come on, what are you doing? Keep fading this away. Nope, that is way too much of a blender, way too big. Make it smaller, blend all this crap in. Yeah, we'll just make everything dark under here. It's on that side of the face. You're basically no light is getting to it anyway, so I feel like I might as well just make it disappear. Da, 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 da. Okay. So from here, I guess maybe let's just keep going with the hair. Or do I do the face? You know what? Let's get rid of the black hole, put the line art back because I was just horrified by that vision. Oh my god. Am I on the line art? Yes, I am. God damn it. This is why we check, folks. See, I caught it this time, but sometimes you don't catch it, and then it takes 30 million years, and then everything is in your line art layer. Never gonna get over it. Okay, what's her eye color again? It's like a pinky, dark red. Okay, so we're gonna go here. Maybe that pinky, dark red like that. I'm gonna put that flat layer of color there. Okay, something like that. Let's move on to the hair. Fill in the rest of this here with that blonde color. Da, da, da. Okay, that's filled in. It's all got color in it. All this gets filled in with more color. This gets filled in with more color. Should remember to grab this and redo the color on that hat, because that's the brim. Take the gold. Fill it here. Grab that darker shade and fill it in just like that. Da-da-da-da. Okay. Here. Okay. I think I need to fill this with white. There we go. Yeah, that's the fluff from inside the cat ear, not the other way around. And I can add some here. And then we'll fill in the rest of that. Now can you guess what we're going to do after this? That's right, more filling in color. It's a slow, tedious process. It's okay, but life is a slow, tedious process, so it's just practice. Okay, make sure that that's gone, because I remember that that is going to be a tentacle. Stop it. Grab some purple. It's fine. Fill in this here. Fill in there. Okay. I'll grab that light purple underneath from the highlight, and we'll continue to fill the bottom of the hair underneath, just like that. And I went over like an idiot, so correct that mistake. Okay, so from there, more of this, the little loopy knot cinnamon roll thing, or like flappy bun. Means I can have the tentacle color around here, between the fingers. Okay, the hair is basically almost done. Grab this more purple here and fill in the wall of purple tentacles with some more. I feel like that's fine. Now then, do I start shading it? Because I was thinking, so if we have the black hole here, what I want to do, we have something bright, almost like a red, and then everything else kind of normal color, but we have that like really bright red here, and then we kind of reflecting on the surrounding environment a little bit, and then I have like a dark sort of sphere basically around that. Obviously the lighting isn't perfect, but you get the gist of it, right? Like a bunch of red all over the place, like here, blur it, but right, like we have some red on here, red like that, glowing from inside this little dark void thing. I don't know if that's... Ignore this for now, right? We're gonna get rid of that. That's just in theory. Theory of the mind. You're gonna imagine it. Imagine it, chat. Use your imagination. Like, maybe let me start on the regular shading, and then we can do the funky spare black hole shading. Oh god, that was horrifying. Let's not do that again. I feel like the easiest thing we can do is probably the tentacles, right? Though I don't necessarily know how harsh I want the shading to be. If I want like top down or bottom up lighting, because I haven't thought about that yet. God damn it. I could do the face. You know, maybe let's just start off on the face. We'll add some shading. Something bright. If I grab closer to the color here, like this is a brighter, lighter color. But it still works as a shade. Am I? Please tell me I'm not in the line art. God damn it, I'm in the line art layer. Oh, okay. Let's go back to the regular canvas. God damn it. Just work with a little bit at a time. We'll add some air and blur it. Okay. If... Nope, still in the blurring tool. Back to the regular pencil. Like, do we have some kind of shadow like that? Would we? No. I can blur that. Oh god, my power. What the fuck? Sorry, the power in the room is flickering. All the lights went on and off. That was lovely. That's definitely what we need right now. Just add a bunch of darker bits here. And we'll start to blur them just a wee bit. Under that lip. And then here for the chin. And I'll also add some brighter shading there. What we can do is we can also add a little bit here to the side. Blend that in. That's more color, but this is just like basic, rudimentary skin shading. Nothing fancy yet, like the other lights and the whatever they're called, occlusion shadows and yada yada yada. All that fancy jazz can wait a minute. Okay, let's blur this. It's a little bit darker. Make the line much, much smaller. Right? And then from there, we're going to just add a tiny bit and blur it, the eyelid. And what I want to do is I want to get something really, really pale, maybe a bit of it like a blue almost, and add it on the inside of the eyelid, kind of like makeup. I looked up a makeup tutorial the other day just so I could see how some of this crap works, because I feel like I always don't understand. And then that way we can apply it on the inside of the drawing. I feel like for you guys the screen might be a little bit too bright, so everything just kind of looks a little bit lighter, but on my end it's a little bit different. Right. Let's go down a little bit, maybe closer to purple. Add some shading like that. Now, a lot of this today is just being improvised for no reason. I don't really know what I'm doing with half of this, but I feel like it's always fun to experiment with new stuff while you're drawing. Add a highlight. Darker with a little bit of pink, but that's okay. Maybe more red than pink, but we have like a little bit under the brow, probably. Just keep blending that out. And then from here, let's grab something like a lighter red. I'm gonna layer it underneath the eye like that. And then just kind of blend that in. And I feel like I can add more lines for blush later anyways, that's not it. Okay. So from here, let me get a bit darker one. We'll go underneath the nose, because that needs just a little bit. And then underneath the hair, where the shadows are actually dark, we can add another one. A little bit of extra light here. Blend all this together. Da, 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 da. Okay. Now, from there, do we add maybe a little bit darker on the skin tone and do something like the eyelashes? Maybe drag them out a little bit. Okay. A little dark bit there. Now then, do I work on the hair, or do I do more on the clothing side? Decisions. So, I think maybe we'll add a bit more red, like down here. That darker highlight. Okay, we can add that darker shadow on the bottom here in the neck. That also isn't going to be showing. And then behind this bit of hair. So then we'll have that bit here too. Blur that in. No, I could start with some stuff on the eyes. Why don't we do that? We're gonna do the eyes next. We'll add some gray. Add a bit more of like an intense shading here. Give me 1 second. We're gonna do something more like the light is coming from the other direction here instead. Like, you know, just for fun. Why not? Add harsher lighting. And then from there, we're going to go a little bit red, and we'll add a highlight here. Okay. So from there on the eyes, we'll add more gray to the other one. Like this one is pretty much all gray since it's covered for the most part. And that red, let's do something lighter. No. More vibrant, like that. Blend it a little bit, make it more muddy. Same thing here, a little bit more vibrant, and then blend it. Now then, what am I going to do next? We are going to add something pale, a little bit more pink. I'm going to go just kind of right here. And then we're going to do something like a deeper red, much more intense towards the bottom. Okay. We're going to keep blending this in here. I mean, it's trust the process. It's going to look rough for a little bit, but as we continue going, it'll look much better, I assure you. So then, ow, God, I just like whipped myself with my cord. Ow, I don't even know how I managed that, but I snapped myself in the neck with the headphone cord. Sometimes I'm impressed at how stupid I am. Okay, so from here, we'll add some more red. Da 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 da, and blend it in. Blend the red. Like, it's almost like the Pokeball shape or something. We add some red here, right? And then keep a line across the eye like that. Just keep blending, just keep blending, da 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 da. Okay. So then from there, let's do much darker, maybe more on the purple end. We're gonna go above in the eye. Maybe a little bit, lighter than that. That's all the top part of the eye. Yeah, I feel like we can fill it, it doesn't even matter. That's going to be dark anyways. Blend those parts. The middle doesn't have to be blended. So then we're going to add maybe much, much darker, almost like a black there. You know what? Just slap that right in the middle. Don't even have to blend it. Just slap it on like that, right? Add a tiny bit more. Okay. Now let's go back to highlighting the bottom, or the top. We'll do like a lighter bit like this, maybe just trace it with that lighter purple. And then we'll go much lighter like this almost. And add just a tiny bit like that. Blend around the edges just a wee bit. Just a wee bit, it shouldn't matter too much. Now then, we're going to take a brighter pink almost, and we're going to go on the bottom like that. Maybe a little bit more pale. Okay. And then we should probably have the 2 dashes of white or something. So, go like that. Erase the line art here. Sorry. So erase it there, and then I can add the white now. Okay. I feel like, okay, I'm literally adding white, but it's coming out gray, and I don't know why. Yeah, that's why. There we go. I don't know why it came out gray before. Interesting. My iPad is just trying to sabotage me. There we are. So from there, what do we want to do next? Let's shade this bit of hair. Make it a little bit red too. So why not? A little bit more red maybe. Can never go wrong with too much red. Just a little bit, maybe we'll blend that there. And then red all on the bottom. Continue to add, you know, bits and pieces here. Fade in there. Okay. I don't know why I keep spinning it, I'm so sorry. So we can add our shading here. Maybe there'll be some purple, but that's okay. Go here and add a little bit of that purple gradient. And then we can blend all this together. A little bit bigger. And then we'll blend that red down here. Grab the darker, well, grab purple and then go a little bit darker, a little bit brighter, and maybe a little bit more blue. And then we'll add that there like so. And that should blend a little bit better. Okay. Okay, now, actually, I'm just seeing something might have come up. We've been going for a bit, but I see I have something I need to take care of. You know what, I might finish this on my own time. It'll be done today, and I will post it on Twitter. But I think in the meantime, that might be it for today, unfortunately. I'm just seeing I got a notification for something just now. Okay, let me see if I'm going to raid into anybody on Twitch. We'll see. I still haven't figured out how to do that on YouTube. But yeah, that's it for now. We'll finish this, and if you want to see it, just check out my Twitter later, or YouTube, TikTok, any of the clip things. I'll post something on there too. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming by. I appreciate it. Now let me see. Let me see if there's anybody live I can jump into. It's gonna load. Okay. Let's see if there's anybody I can raid. No, you know what? I don't see anybody right now, unfortunately. Do I? Actually? You know, we could do Neomoka again, doing some Apex, or Shells or the Destroyer, if anybody's heard of her. She does React content, that sort of a thing. That might be nice. Something comfy, casual for y'all still. You know, let's do that. Let's raid Shells or... Alrighty, thank you so much everybody for coming by. My name is Sheshire, the Devil's Not So Funny Jester, talking to the body of my cat Grim, and I will see you all later. Alrighty, bye.